You can be part of the oldest race in Chicago and help in the fight against lung disease.
Go the extra mile.
Politically incorrect, Bill Maher. Bill's guest tonight, William Baldwin. Senator Joe Lieberman. From the Hughleys, John Henson. And Barbara Olson.
Very much, folks. I appreciate it. Hey, let me say, don't turn the tell. It's not a repeat. I got a senator on. So I dressed up. Listen to this. I tell you, I was scared today. I'm glad you're in a good mood. Did you read this? This was a leading story in the paper today. The 8th leading cause of death is doctors screwing up. I'm not kidding about this. More people die of this, medical errors, they termed it, than breast cancer, AIDS, or traffic accidents. They said it's hard to nail down the exact number of how many die from this because doctors, unlike the paper gowns they give you, cover each other's asses. Now, there was some violence up in Seattle. You know what's going on up there? The WTO, that is the World Trade Organization. They are having their big meeting, 135 countries. Protesters from all stripes of the political spectrum don't like this organization. They attacked the McDonald's. They attacked the Nike factory. They disrupted the opening ceremonies completely. And what you missed from that, I tell you. Celine Dion and a chorus of sweatshop children with their tribute to NAFTA is what you missed. But no, they also attacked a Starbucks. Of course, in Seattle, you could hardly miss doing that. Bad day for Starbucks. Let me tell you, not only were they attacked, their store in Seattle, there was a lawsuit going on that was announced today. A man at a Starbucks in New York says he had his penis crushed by a toilet seat. I'm not kidding. He's got a huge lawsuit pending. I don't know what to say about this. No, please. I don't know why you're... Don't applaud frivolous lawsuits. I say we introduce the guy who had his penis crushed at Starbucks to the woman who had her crotch burned by the McDonald's coffee. Get them together. Wow. And finally, Monica Lewinsky talked to Barbara Walters the other night. She said that she is dating again. Thank God, a grateful nation is relieved. She said she's dating a comedy writer. Wow. I tell you, with those two, it's just one gag after another. All right, let us meet our panel. She investigated Travelgate for Congress, and her book is Hell to Pay, the unfolding story of Hillary Rodham Clinton. Barbara Olson. Barbara. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming back. There you go. Sorry. There it is. There's the book. He is the distinguished United States Senator from Connecticut, our Constitution state, the Honorable Joe Lieberman, Senator. Hey! Thank you for coming back here, Senator. I appreciate it. Thanks, Bill. He is one of the fine stars of the Hughleys, Fridays at 9:30 right here on ABC. John Henson. John. Good to see you, man. How are you? I'm good. And he's a big shot movie star and board member of the Creative Coalition. His Showtime movies Brotherhood of Murder debuts December 12th. William Baldwin. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you there, Mr. Greenboat. Okay. Well, as I said, not a repeat if you're just tuning in. I'm wearing a tie because we have a senator, and, well, I should, and I don't know what's wrong with you. You can get away with it. You're a movie star. But I can't, and you're here in town, Senator, because tomorrow you have a press conference at 10 in the morning, and it's about your Silver Sewer Awards. Right. Which you probably will give me for that monologue I just did. But
I like the idea of joining lawsuits. It reduces backlog in the court, so it's very good.
Okay, now let me just explain to the folks what you're angry about. I don't think it's anything that new because I think people have an idea that politicians have been trying to get Hollywood to clean up its act as far as sex and violence goes for quite a while without much success because basically the problem is you can't shame Fox into doing anything. Well, they're the Fox channel. That's what they do. Yeah. Anything.
Yeah.
So how is your thing going to be different?
Okay, what you said is absolutely right. Look, I started this as a parent, And watching my youngest, about 7 years ago now, I was 4 years old, watching TV with her 16-year-old brother, and it happened to be married with children. Now, for the 16-year-old, okay.
Yeah.
But for the 4-year-old, not exactly the kind of role modeling that I had in mind. And when I started to talk about this, I found that people in Connecticut, when I'd go home, would not want to talk about the economy. You want to talk about this? And I'll never forget a woman I met in a supermarket said to me, please keep trying to clean up the culture, because I feel as if I'm in a competition with television, movies, music, video games to raise my own kids, and they're winning. And a group of us have been involved in the so-called Silver Sewer Awards, and it's all an attempt to try to appeal to, in some ways, shame the entertainment industry and cleaning up its act. But you're right.
How can you shame the shameless?
Well,
how can you?
You're right. And this is a business. You know, we understand it. So what we're doing tomorrow, no attack. We're publishing a full-page ad in the Los Angeles Times, signed by a great group of people. That is, the non-senators are the great group of people. General Colin Powell, Schwarzkopf, Presidents Carter, President Ford, people from entertainment industry like Steve Allen and Naomi Judd, people like that, and Carol Lawrence. And it's basically asking the entertainment industry to go back and adopt a code of self-conduct to regulate their own behavior.
But they won't.
Well,
they won't,
because they won't be able to make any money. I mean, it's like, this is what sells. I mean, you know, people want to go see Arnold Schwarzenegger blow up some stuff. So, I mean, it's like, that's what makes money. Yeah. Arnold is not going to do a musical. We don't want to see Arnold dancing.
Right, he made
we don't want him singing.
He
we
made
want him blowing up stuff.
He made a movie where he had to find a toy for his kid at Christmas, and nobody wanted to see it.
That's it, man.
Nobody wants to see him getting a toy. Right. You're right. They want to see him blow stuff up.
That's what the people want to see. So it's like, I don't know who you're representing. You know,
isn't the people the fault, because they are buying the tickets?
Well,
and I know you can't attack them.
Well, we can, and we do. And I mean,
but they won't vote for you. You attack them if you want to.
No, they like to be attacked, you know, because they want things to be better. What this appeal to Hollywood says, this has got to be a bargain. The parents have to do better at regulating their own kids and giving them values and stopping them from seeing the stuff that they don't want them to see. On the other hand, the entertainment industry puts out such an attractive product that it's pretty hard for the average parent, particularly when all the other kids are watching it or playing the game or whatever, to stop their kids from seeing it. So we've got to ask the entertainment industry to exercise some self-control, because when they put on violent stuff and hypersexual stuff and kids are watching it, it affects behavior. That, to me, that's a social science fact.
It's a market. I mean, my problem is, I guess, with government getting involved, we're going to do like we did with tobacco. We have more teenagers smoking now because we said don't do it. It really is the people. If you don't buy the product, they won't advertise. If they don't advertise, it won't be on the show. And once we start saying regulate, then you better believe there's going to be a market for it, because all of a sudden they're going to go to
be the bad boy.
Depends on who's regulating. I mean, there's definitely a problem. We now know, I mean, 10, 15 years ago, forget about it, just 5 years ago, if you told me that some of the films that I am in that are rated R, that 7- and 8-year-olds are seeing, and it's having some sort of adverse effect on them and desensitizing them, I would have thought you were crazy. But now there's more and more studies coming out that say if you feed a 5-year-old a steady diet of Marilyn Manson and violent video games and violent and hypersexualized imagery on television and film, it is desensitizing them, and it is having an adverse effect. The answer, obviously, is not government regulation, and it's not government censorship. I think that it should probably be attacked from the demand side rather than the supply side. It's called show business, the operative word being business. And if there was no, if the more Robert Redford makes, you know, A River Runs Through It, and he makes Quiz Show, and the more these senseless movies open up to $50 or $60 million in their opening weekend, and Quiz Show grosses $25 million worldwide, the less likely we are to make Quiz Show, and the more likely we are to make this crap. And I think.
But the actual Quiz Show on ABC is doing very well.
Very good.
I think we know that. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill. Plug, baby.
You know, I'm just saying.
You know, the more you make these beautiful little Merchant Ivory, you know,
Right.
Harvey, you know, the Weinstein brothers, you know, the more we make the Miramax films and nobody goes to see them and they're not profitable, it's really up to you, quite honestly. You have to say, you know, in the almighty words of Nancy Reagan, just say no to Jerry Springer and just say no to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And with the videos and the cable, I mean, some parent has to go out and buy the video. And if you're not able, let's say you're at work and you aren't able to be with your children to make sure they're not, don't buy it. The cable shows you have to sign up for it, pay every month. If you can't get it blocked out, I mean, I think you're right. It does have to come from the parents with a little more, even if they're not there. Somebody had to purchase.
I personally think that there's a market for this, and